are we? Happy Sunday to you. I believe it's November 2nd, so welcome to November. And this is a little bit later for me. I think it's around 9 a.m. or so, which usually we go a lot earlier, but I was doing test drives today. I'm back with Ryan Hood today, Conocelli Toyota. I'm at their backup lot where they have all of their extra inventory, and I felt like we should do a live review of this truck today because this is the most popular Toyota Tundra. And what I mean by that is the one everybody buys. SR5 TRD off-road, Crew Max 5.5 foot bed. This is the one that everybody seems to get. Leroy, what's going on? Now, of course, when we say the word popular, you probably think things like TRD Pro, Platinum, 1794, even Limited. But the one that everybody buys, this is it, the volume leader. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Check this thing out. Alvin, Jose, what's up? Jan, how we doing? Good to see everybody. I know it's a little bit later, and I apologize for that. I let you guys sleep in today, and it was daylight savings, so you got even more sleep than usual. So hopefully everybody's in a good mood. Coffee in everybody's hand. I just got done doing 2 test drives, and I figured we would do like a little live walk around to this truck. If you have anybody, that may be looking for this or questions, whatever. Jan says 7 a.m. live stream. This is 7 a.m. live stream, but it's just 9 a.m. That's the difference. A little later today. Scott, what's going on? David, how we doing? So I guess my first question to all of you, Russ, good morning, is what is your thoughts about the SR5 TRD off-road? I tried to find one that I really wanted to walk for you because it's not a fully loaded one. It's one that's loaded, I would say, nicely. You wouldn't believe the amount of folks that contact me and say, I don't want all the extra stuff. I just want certain things and as bare minimum as I could get. So I tried to find an SR5 Tundra to show you that I think meets and checks a lot of those boxes. Best of all worlds here. So this is SR5 TRD off-road, of course. It does have the SR5 convenience package. Okay, so you have the blind spot monitoring and the parking sensors. It does not have the leather trim seats. It does not have the 14-inch screen. It has the 8-inch screen, which surprisingly, a lot of people would rather the 8-inch screen. Again, I'm doing this for you. Greg, good morning, buddy. It doesn't have power folding mirrors. It has the LED indicators on the outside. There's your blind spot monitoring there. When we look at the sticker, we'll start right here. The sticker is 58143. SR5 painted mirrors, TRD off-road package, TRD front skid plate, SR5 convenience package, heated leather wrap steering wheel, all-weather floor liners, stainless steel door edge guards, and a bed mat. So it's nicely loaded, it's just not fully loaded. I basically was aiming for equipment that I think you guys would want, like the blind spot monitoring and the parking assist, absolutely. The TRD off-road, so you get locking rear diff, multi-terrain select, crawl control. You get the 18-inch wheel and tire package here. The Bilstein shocks. This has the TRD skid plate. Check it out. That's the one from the TRD Pro, if you could see it. TRD grill up front. Red TRD engine start button, sport pedals. But where you're saving money here is you're not going to have things like the 14-inch screen, which is the premium audio package. That also gives you the bed lights and outlet. That won't be on this. You're not getting the leather trim seats that are heated. These are fabric. So this truck literally just came off the truck. They didn't even do the initializing of the truck. So when you turn the truck on, it still has all the lights on that they have to, basically when it comes in from shipping, they have to set it all up before it goes to the lot. So this thing literally just came off the truck. And that's why I'm at their backup lot. This is where their trucks are delivered. So you're going to see stuff kind of splashed around and covered. Apologize for that. I'm trying to hold this up so I could show you under seat storage, because this is the 3.4 liter twin turbo V6. It is not the hybrid. But, with showing you all the expensive Tundras, I got to show you these ones as well, because this is where a lot of people end up. These are the trucks that move super quick. These are the ones that people want to buy, and here's why. Let's go over here one sec. Feel free to chime in, any thoughts and questions you may have. 58,143 is the price. But when you talk about discounts, I mean, depending on where you are, you could get this thing down into the very low 50s, maybe high 40s. So this is still fairly reasonably priced compared to some of the other craziness we see, right? Dan said, just picked up my 2026 Limited off-road in Lunar Rock. That is sweet, dude. That's a sweet setup. I got to get the key. Hold on one sec. I wanted to show you in here real quick. So there's your heated steering wheel. Okay. Not much going on here, right? Automatic high beams, absolutely. Dougie, what's up? It does not have heated seats. If you want heated seats in the SR5, you got to go with the premium package. It's called SR5 premium package or TRD off-road premium package, depending if you have that, off-road equipment on it or not. If it's the regular fabric seats like this, if you could kind of see there, it's fabric. You're not going to get heated seats, as you can see. Nothing there. Little 8-inch screen. And then you don't get the digital gauge cluster. You get the old school looking one, but I'll be honest with you, I actually like the gauge clusters like this, personally. Now, because you get TRD off-road, locking rear diff, multi-terrain select, crawl control, there's your locking rear diff button. You still get drive modes. You got the Eco, Normal, and Sport, multi-terrain select, crawl control, and tow haul. You got the trailer brake control here. Sorry about the sun. I've tried to park this thing 3 times to not have sun all in the shot, but it's just that time of day. Show you the Bilstein shocks. There they are. Love this wheel and tire package. Oh yes, payload capacity sticker. You guys always ask for that and I always forget. 1380. I don't know, the gimbal won't turn, but hopefully you could see that. 1380 for payload. And this truck is built in 10/25, so last month. All right, let me go back and get some comments here. Midwest Old Man says, good morning, sir. Just a shame that Tundra's payload capacity is so low, even lower than Toyota says. So 1380, 1380. What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that payload? Chris, what's going on? Showed the sticker. Good morning. Keystone, what's up? Matt, how you doing? 25 degrees, very cold. I could have showed you a better spot. Yes, so Ryan, let's see if you could see him. Ryan, if you're watching right now, wave to us. He's right there. He's waving. I don't know if you could see him waving. He's a journey away. Look at how big this lot is. This is all of their stuff that just comes in. The backup lot, PDI lot. Very big. So we came here for the Tundra today. Thank you to Ryan Hood. He's the salesman who sold me my 1794 TRD, which is sitting over there with him right now. He's nice enough to come in on his day off and help me with these test drives. So if you're in the market for any Toyota, but especially a Toyota Tundra, hit him up. Say Tundra Dude 34 YouTube channel sent you. He'll take care of you. First he'll sigh because he's probably tired of my people hitting him up, but then he'll help you. But he's a great guy and I really appreciate him very much. Toyota says SR5 should be close to 1900. So the problem, and I noticed this, Midwest, I get where you're coming from with that. When they show you the, payload up to and tow capacity up to, and this isn't just Toyota, a lot of brands do this, they're showing you the highest number possible. So if you want that crazy payload number, it's gonna be on like a double cab, extremely base model SR5 with nothing on it. The minute you start adding equipment, it all goes away. So go to toyota.com, go under see all specs, and you could put in the trim of Tundra and the configuration of Tundra to give you a closer idea to that number. So those crazy big numbers you see on the commercial, and when you see like can payload up to, and it says a number, there's always like an asterisk next to it. That's because it depends on the configuration. Please keep that in mind when you're looking. So I notice that all the time because when I film these Tundras, I will always put the, like the numbers that I find on the site, and people ask, is that really the number? Because the last one I saw, when I looked on the sticker, to be specific, you have to look on each truck to get the individual payload number, okay? So for instance, online, if I put in SR5, 5.5 foot bed, well, I can't even put TRD off-road. It would just be 4x4 SR5, 5.5 foot bed. It'll give me a number, but then you start adding equipment, TRD off-road. Does the truck have side steps? All the equipment matters to this number right here. So the true 100% number is going to be on the sticker in each door. So keep that in mind if you're shopping. It's like when, you see the Tundra can tow up to 12,000 pounds or 12,100 pounds. And then you see when you actually get to the configuration of truck that you like, it's really, 11,100. It really just depends on that. So just do your research. Toyota.com does help, but going to the truck and actually seeing the sticker will help the most. Midwest says, I have a 2024 Tundra Platinum iForce 4x4 5.5 foot bed, which Toyota says this payload should be 1565 to 1600, 1222. Yep, see? Once you start adding equipment to it, it's completely different. It's wild. And I agree with you. I wish it could be more spot on, but we just got to work with what we got. Andrew, good morning. How are you? Marty, my dad is here. Hello, Dad. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're having a nice coffee, watching the news, getting mad. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, if you don't care about extra stuff and you just want capability, this is probably your best of all worlds. I always try to answer a lot of questions for you guys on, what if I want this, but I don't want that? Those kind of questions. And when I saw this on the website, I knew I had to do some form of a walk around or a video on it, because the capability comes from the TRD off-road package, locking rear diff, multi-terrain select crawl control. The simplicity comes from SR5 trim that is trimmed down like this one. So we're talking fabric seats, 8-inch screen, but it's not fully trimmed down because you're still gonna get the SR5 convenience package, which is your parking sensors and your blind spot monitoring. So if you wanted to take this, a step further, you could add a 6.5 foot bed. This is the 5.5 foot bed. You could do a double cab if you don't want the full cab. I mean, there's so many things you could do with SR5, but with TRD Off-Road, I feel like TRD Off-Road is a must for SR5 if you're just looking for a truck that's complete without all the crazy options on the outside. Ession says, I want a truck to be able to carry a truck camper with a bathroom. I mean, check it out, man. I'm sure you can find something out there. Hi, Don. Good morning to you. How are you? So let's talk about this one more time. What is your thoughts? Give me a thumbs up, okay? That's all I want. Give me a thumbs up if you would select this setup for your 2026 Toyota Tundra. Thumbs up if yes, thumbs down if no. There's 47 of you on here. I want to see as many as we can just to get an idea. Alan, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. There's so many different opinions and so many different wants and needs out there, so there's no 100% perfect Tundra, but to hit all the bells and whistles as far as what people talk about, the capability, this is definitely something that I would think people would consider. But then there's other people like me. I like the 1794. I like the luxury features. BitBoy says, need the 1794. There you go. Everyone's different. And it's crazy because SR5 TRD Off-Road, this setup right here, is the most popular Tundra. And most popular in the way of these things sell because the price is more reasonable than some of the higher trims. And it gives you some stuff that you need and even some of those extras you may want. So it's kind of a best of all worlds scenario with this truck. But, you can let me know. Love to hear your opinions. Like I said, this thing just came off the truck. Jose says it would be good for an everyday work truck. Yeah. Alvin is like me. 1794 is where it's at. I agree. This tray. Everybody talks about this tray. You can't get this after SR5. So when you get up to limited, this just becomes another piece of leather, right? And in the higher trims, it's not there at all. Drives me nuts. I wish this shelf would be in all Tundras. Chris says they need to get rid of the chrome surround, and I bet it would sell better. Yeah, you want to hear something crazy about SR5? So when you get a regular SR5, everything is body color on the whole truck. When you go TRD off-road, it adds the chrome surround and the chrome rear bumper and blacks out the badging. It's like backwards. Ricardo says, I own a 2017 Tundra SR5 TRD off-road. I would love to get an upgrade. How much does it cost? The sticker on this one is $58,143, and it just depends on where you are in the country as far as discounts go. But low 50s, high 40s, depending on where you are in the country. And the time of year that it is, I mean, there's deals out there. We haven't seen the new incentives for November. That'll be early next week. They might be even better. So keep an eye. But ladies and gentlemen, this is our truck of the day. I wanted to show you. As a Tundra fanatic that I am, I really do think this truck deserves a Mount Rushmore of Tundra, because SR5 TRD Off-Road, old gen or new gen, is always the one everybody seems to end up on and always the one people are looking for. Now with the new gen, there's a lot of different ways you could build it, a lot of different features you could add to it. So go on Toyota.com, build and price tool, and do the best you can. There you go, new incentives come out tomorrow. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan's tuned in from the other side of this gigantic lot, giving us all the information we need, and we love him, because without Ryan, these test drives don't happen. So if you are in the Conshohocken, Pennsylvania area, check out Ryan Hood. He's a good man. So ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that hype button on the way out. That's a new thing for YouTube. Hype button helps push the video to other people. We want to help as many people out there that are in the market for a Toyota Tundra see these videos. So I appreciate you guys very much. As always, God bless each and every one of you. God bless the troops and first responders. And of course, God bless the United States of America. Be safe, be well. I'll talk to you soon.